Hi, I'm James from Hadouken, and I am here to take you through our third Hadouken studio album, which is called Every Weekend. Let's go. First track is called Vortex. It's actually the last track that we finished over the 2-year period of recording the album. It went through several different versions. It was produced by Blockhead, or Jonas from Blockhead, and it's quite a hard, heavy house record, but it's got a lot of bass lines in it. Like, the main inspiration for the lyrics were when we were going on tour out into the European festivals. We played kind of quite big crowds, and you'd kind of see sort of multiple mosh pits opening up, and it looked like multiple vortices, kind of the way that the Vortex starts. This song's really kind of a call to kind of incite the riot and like make people start jumping at the gigs. It's definitely one for the live show, really.
I feel both feelings off the ground. I can levitate with every truth that plays. I close my eyes and levitate.
Track 2 is Levitate. It's I'd say it's the like headline tune on the album, really. It's one of my favourites to play live, and it's really about that kind of rush you get on the dance floor when you're, maybe coming up or whatever, and you hear that perfect tune and it just makes you really buzz. Obviously the video's done really well, we're really pleased with that. I think it's had about 30 million views last count, so that's been a good one, and it's been played on Sky Sports and ESPN and stuff like that, so we're really pleased with it.
'Cause you make me bliss out.
Third tune on the album is Bliss Out. I think it's another banger, actually. It's one of the strongest tunes. It's produced by Noisia. It's got kind of like rap flavour to it, but it's also kind of got a big sort of, hopefully, good festival chorus on it. And it's just kind of really about like waking up a little bit hungover on Saturdays and just still feeling a little bit good about everything. It's kind of the hangover hasn't set in, so it's kind of homage to Saturday mornings, just lying in bed and having a good time with your bird, basically. Track 4 is a track called As One. This is again another tune that kind of went through several different versions, but ended up with Lodestar on the production. It's another track, kind of like another homage to the rave. You're out on Saturday night and you all come together and you're kind of putting your hands in the air and you're kind of feeling that kind of collective rush with the rest of the people on the dance floor. And that's what kind of the album's about. It's every weekend. It's about going out and kind of losing yourself on, Friday and Saturday nights and forgetting about the shitty week, that came before it, really. So that's As One.
I'll be attached to by a parasite.
Track 5 on the album is Parasite. It was the first single that came off the album. It's produced by Lodestar as well. It's a drum and bass tune. It's like got kind of a triplets feel to it. It's probably the most aggressive tune on the album, and it's definitely a good one live. You've got to see it live, and it went off, I remember, over the festival season last year. Definitely, especially at like Reading and Leeds, I've got some good memories of this tune, so if you come and see us live, look out for this one.
On the signal you are sending, got a feeling this is an end.
You don't really love me, you just keep me hanging on.
Track 6 is a track called Bad Signal, which was another single that came out over last year. It's a track about kind of being a little bit too drunk, maybe on a Saturday night, Sunday morning, 3 a.m. And it's kind of always that point where you get to the point where you start texting people and you're drunk and you're sending embarrassing texts, and maybe you're texting your ex-girlfriend or your boyfriend. So I think hopefully a few people can relate to that. Track 7 is Stop Time. It's another house tune. It's kind of got a big bass line on it. It's about kind of losing yourself in that moment. Again, there's a kind of theme obviously running through the album about like kind of being on the dance floor or just having a good time and losing yourself. And this is essentially another one of that, really. I quite like the intro. I think it's got a nice vibe to it, and it was produced by Lodestar as well. So there you go. 8 is a track called Spill Your Guts. It is quite a heavy tune. Again, it's probably one of the heaviest on the album. It was produced by Eighth, and it's just about kind of letting go of aggression and tension, really, and kind of trying to channel that aggression into the music and making it something a little bit more positive. And I think, again, it'll be another one for the mosh pits, and we're looking forward to playing it live.
It's cold out here in the sunlight, but there's nowhere where I'd rather be, and my heart's still racing, lying on the concrete. It's cold out here in the sunlight, but there's nowhere where I'd rather be.
Track 9 is one of the first tracks that we started on the album. It's called The Come Down. It was co-written with Joel from Athlete, funny enough. I just did a couple of sessions with him and it really clicked with him, actually, even though we've got kind of different styles of writing. Really enjoyed working with him. And it's about, obviously, a come down. It reminds me of kind of being at Farringdon Station at sort of 6 or 7 in the morning after a good night out at Fabric, maybe a decade ago, showing my age now. Yeah, it's just about that, really, and kind of actually still feeling quite euphoric from the night before, but obviously the come down's coming, but that's that tune, really.
And as the daylight comes, don't waste it all again. One day, gotta let it go.
Track 10 on the album is Daylight, which is a collaboration with Drum Sound and Bassline Smith. It was a pretty standard drum and bass tune. They seemed to do it really well. We collaborated with them, and the tune went through a few different versions, and we ended up with this one, which I really think is wicked live. It's got a great bass line on it, and it kicks off, actually, so we quite like it. I think it's a good way to end the album.
You wanted the world.
There's 2 bonus tracks on the album if you buy the CD, and they were older tunes. The first one is Mecca Love, and that was originally kind of inspired by kind of Japanese manga and anime and stuff like that, but kind of positioning it into a kind of like personifying it into kind of a relationship. It's kind of we were writing a lot of tunes kind of with a kind of sci-fi dystopian tip at the time, and that kind of suits in with it.
Right on the top, your elixir in my veins, flowing together when your fumes to my brain. You are oxygen.
And then the last tune is Oxygen. There's only 4 lines to the lyrics, so there's not really kind of much going on lyrically, so it's more about the beats with this one. But I definitely, it's another one we love to play live, and it's got a wicked outro that when you think the song's finished, it kind of still has this extra bit, and we love to play that live and really kind of kick up a stink on the dance floor. So I hope you enjoyed the album. I'm James from Hadouken, and it is out in the middle of March, and this is Every Weekend by Hadouken.
Each and every weekend, we spend it like the whole world's ending. Each and every weekend, let the whole world know how we like